It's so hot too. It's delicious. I'm burning my mouth. It's so good though. Hi guys, my name is Daphne. Today I'll be showing you how to make my own rice bowl out of these awesome ingredients that MacroPlate provide for you in their a-la-carte menu. First of all, I have sushi rice, chicken breast, and asparagus. It's done for you already. That's amazing. This is totally cutting your cooking time in half. So I got a couple key elements that you need in order to make a rice bowl. You need ginger, garlic, shallot. This is your holy trinity. Without this, get out of here. You cannot make a rice bowl without that. I have scallions. I have kale as well. And then caramelized onions, edamame, tamari. That is a great substitute for soy sauce. It's gluten-free. It's a lot healthier than using soy sauce. And then I have sesame oil. That is also a key element. So let's get this started. I'm gonna first start with my rice. So the key to a rice bowl is that you wanna have your rice crispy. It needs to be slightly crispy so you get some texture. It's not so mushy. And yeah, it's gonna be bomb, guys. It's gonna be bomb. I'm excited for this. So I'm adding a little bit of olive oil so my rice doesn't stick. Remember, it's a starch, so it's gonna get gummy. Try not to move it that much. I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame oil to it and just start adding your rice. And honestly, just leave it there. Forget about it. Don't even think about it. While that's cooking, I'm gonna start cutting up all my key elements. So my garlic, peel it. So I'm gonna just like slightly dice this up. I'm gonna add the garlic in there. Make sure it does not burn. You wanna be as fast as you can cooking this meal. I'm gonna add some shallot to it as well. Dice it the same size as your garlic. Use the end of your knife to kind of scoop it in. Do that. If you see that your garlic is already burning, you could even just move it to the side. Just move it to the side. It's gonna do its thing. The pan is hot. So with ginger, cleaning it, I always get questions, what's the best method? For me, I usually just get the thickest bowl and then I use a spoon to scrape it off. I scrape off the skin. You can also use a peeler. That totally works too. Spoons, you get more out of it if you use a spoon. With a peeler, it just takes off too much of your actual ginger. So, and it's also nice to always have a waste bucket next to you because you don't want to be dirty. You want to be clean while you cook just because you just feel good about it. So ginger is what also gives it a lot of flavor. I'm going to add probably, this whole thing is probably half a teaspoon to 1 tablespoon. Oh, sorry. It's 1 tablespoon of ginger. So I'm gonna do the same thing and dice it the same way as I did with the garlic. So my rice is still cooking too. I have not forgotten about it. I want it to get crispy, so I'm not moving it. If you guys move your rice, then it's just gonna get gummy. You just wanna forget about it. It's gonna do its thing. It's already cooked, so you don't even have to worry about burning it really. So I added my ginger to that. So this holy trinity right here, I've got ginger, garlic, and shallot. I'm gonna add now my veggies. So edamame, and then asparagus. This is amazing. I love that MacroPlate does this for you because everyone hates, just over prepping, and this is just easy. It's easy that I can just like do my thing, be creative, and no one has to cook for me. It's like I make my own meals. So I'm gonna add the asparagus in there. I'm gonna add my onions to that. So I'm actually gonna use the stem of the kale because it has so many nutrients. People toss it. I like using it. I want to be healthy. You just want to cut it as thin as possible. So I'm going to add that on to my pan. And then stir it up a little bit. And just leave that. Let it be. I'm gonna kind of move my rice in case it's getting brown. It looks great. So I cannot forget about my chicken breast. This is fantastic. I love this. And they already have it sliced up. Thank you for that. I'm gonna add probably like just one breast. And I'm gonna dice it up too. And this chicken is perfectly cooked already, so you don't really have to like cook it for that long. I'm gonna add that to my veggies. And now, while that's going, I'm gonna cut up some scallions. Just clean these up. I love that sound. It just means you have a sharp knife. That's one thing, always have a sharp knife, guys. I'm telling you, invest in a good one. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to this. Which, Tamari, guys, don't get it twisted. A little bit more sesame oil. This really gives you a lot of flavor. It gives it like a nutty flavor, so I recommend doing that. So while this is cooking, just mix it a little bit. And then I'm actually gonna start adding this to my fried rice. And this already looks delicious. It's such a good protein bowl. And once again, the fact that I got all the heavy lifting done by MacroPlate just makes a huge difference. I like to cook fast, so for me, this is easy. It's almost done. You just gotta taste it. If it needs more seasoning, just add tamari, that's all. So I'm gonna taste this. See, it's so good because MacroPlate already seasons everything, like their rice is seasoned. So you don't really have to add that much seasoning because you have good ingredients. Just respect them. So I'm gonna add a little bit of scallions. That just kind of brings everything together. Give it a little toss. So it's time to plate now. And this is, once again, it's such, look at how many greens there are. It's barely rice. We're still healthy. It's great. So this is amazing. Dinner for one. Thank you. I'm so stoked for this. I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame seeds because it just gives it a little more nuttiness, and also it's a nice garnish. And bam, yum. That is how you make a rice bowl. It looks delicious. I actually let this sit a little bit because I want the flavors to just like marinate. It's gonna be delicious, and I'm not gonna burn myself. I'm burning my mouth. It's so good though. It's so hot, guys. Nom, nom, nom. So, it's so light and it's bomb. I love it. Yum. Who wants some? I'm gonna go share this with someone.